And we're back. And I am delighted that I'm going to end this show, this programming for the mid morning Ramadan guest presenting with my sister, one of my favorite authors in the world, activist extraordinaire, Susan Abulhawa from Palestine. Hello, sis.
Hello, sis. It's so good to see you.
Ramadan Barak, so good to see you too.
Thank you. Don't mind me. I have 2 minutes. This is the end of my suhoor. I'm just having coffee for suhoor. So,
That's absolutely fine. Now, you have written Mornings in Janine, The Blue Between Sky and Water, Against the Loveless World. And in your books, you always absolutely center women writers, women characters. Tell us about the creative decision to do this.
I'm not sure that it's a creative decision so much as just what I understand. I mean, I come from a large family of women, and honestly, the men in our family have always kind of been side characters. So it's something that kind of mirrors what I have, witnessed in the
Experienced.
world and experienced. And I feel like I mean, being a woman, I guess I understand women better, and I'm able to
Okay.
tell her. Yeah.
That absolutely makes sense. I was thinking to myself the other day that as I was preparing for this, that I remember that when I read your work, the one thing that it gave me was an insight into the way the rest of the Arab world engages with Palestinians. And I was thinking particularly, with Nar in Against the Loveless World, but even with The Blue Between Sky and Water. And it's interesting because when people say why isn't Arab governments doing more for Palestine, what is your response? Because I was like, my response was, I think Palestine is the Congo uh of the Arab world, just like Congo is, Palestine of Africa. What is your response though?
So we have to start from the premise that Arabs are not a monolith. Um,
Monolith. Mm,
in the same way that Africans are not a monolith.
mm,
And, neither are Muslims. I mean, it's, we have, we share language, and we share a regional history, and, some cultural aspects. But for the most part, we're a very diverse, um, in so many ways. And the thing, the Arab world has had a kind of schizophrenic relationship with Palestinians and the idea of Palestinians. On the one hand, there is tremendous sympathy um, for Palestinians. There is also a great deal of jealousy. I mean, for example, uh, Palestinians even prior to 1948 tended to be among the most educated
educated.
and urbane Arabs in the region. Um, that isn't to say that there weren't other Arab societies that were likewise, but Palestinians were highly educated, and that actually increased after 1948 because Palestinians realized that, wow, the earth can be pulled out from under your feet. The only thing that we can really have is what we make of ourselves, what we can learn, and so education became a premium, even among previous peasant Fallahin society, Fallahin communities, the peasant communities. So um so that rate of education and the quest for degrees and so forth was compounded. And so what happened is that Palestinians, wherever they would end up, would in Arab countries, would become the professional class and so forth. Like, for example, the Palestinians who went to Kuwait, and actually to all the Gulf countries, including Saudi Arabia and Qatar and so forth, but primarily Kuwait, they literally built the country. I mean, it was Palestinians who established everything from their education system to their transportation system, even their militaries, their healthcare systems, all of that, their media industries. That was all established and founded by Palestinians. And so there was this sort of, animosity at the same time that was also, mixed with sympathy and solidarity. And, the Arab countries love Palestinians as long as Palestinians know their place and don't come into their countries and do too good. Right. So, and I think that's not just true for the Arab countries. I think it's true
True
for
for African countries as well.
the whole world,
For the
actually.
whole world, yes.
In the West, especially, like, yeah, we like you as long as you're pathetic refugees in need of our, saviorism and so forth. But don't have agency, don't fight back, and don't do anything we don't like, because then you're a terrorist. So it's, this is what happens to, when you are weak, when you're fundamentally without a sovereignty and political, I mean, we do have political institutions, but I just want to say a state, when you are dispersed all over the world. And then you add to it, of course, the fact that the ruling the ruling class in the Arab world is completely corrupt and chosen. Basically, they're in their positions because the West approves of them, and when they don't approve of them, we see what happens to them. You can look at Saddam, you can look at Gaddafi, and Bashar al-Assad, and this is, that's the fate of Arab rulers who fall out of line with Western and Zionist interests. So, that's the short answer.
Okay. And I was I asked that question because I wanted to lead up to the Trump's Board of Peace, which has absolutely been a nightmare. But I couldn't understand for the life of me why any governments, in would say they're going to be part of it. What do you make of that? I mean, it's evil, but the fact that anybody could be co-opted into that evil is what I didn't get.
Yeah, I think it's hard for people like us to understand. Honestly, I
Mm.
think when you have a conscience, when you have a brain, it's really unfathomable. So, and I think this is part of the disconnect between people like us, the ordinary masses, and this corrupt ruling elite. Now, and I mean, for starters, I don't think we should call it the Board of Peace. It's an imperial the
Imperial Board of War
yeah, exactly. It's the
and killings
imperial
and genocide.
board of plunder and, you know and genocide, and the board of World War III. I don't know, but it's not, it's so far from peace. And these are basically individuals and governments who are basically um, trying to create an imperial alternative to the United Nations. This is not just about Gaza. And if you look at the charter of this imperial board, it doesn't really talk about Gaza. It's
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, Gaza is the prototype, I believe. They're setting up these surveillance cities, uh, where they are going to basically test protocols of subjugation, of total digital subjugation of millions of people. And just like all the other things that have been tested on Palestinian bodies, from weapons and surveillance and facial recognition and all this death and surveillance technology that Israel perfects on Palestinians, it will be exported to the rest of the world. It doesn't stop with us, and this is not conjecture. There's a proven track record and a proven history to this.
Thank you, Susan. We have to go for an ad break, but before we go, I have to mention that the first 3 listeners to send us a message on WhatsApp 061 766 0355, 061 766 0355, or on our Facebook page, Salam Media, or YouTube, Salam Media. Stand to Win books. Vignette of a People in an Apartheid State, and Flotilla, A Journey of Content by yours truly. When we come back, we shall talk about Susan Abulhawa's fantastic charity, Playgrounds for Palestine. Stay tuned in.
Salam Media, your spiritual companion this Ramadan.
This Ramadan, as we fast in comfort, spare a thought for the millions of people struggling to survive. Muslim Hands has been serving humanity across 32 countries since 1993. We don't just respond to crises, we help communities build for the future. This Ramadan, let your zakat and sadaqah be a lifeline. Let it be hope. Donate with confidence at muslimhands.org.za.
Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy world-class halal cuisine while we pamper you during your 5-star stay. Indulge in the true African experience. For reservations, call now on 042-203-1400 or visit kwantu.co.za. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve, the place of gathering.
Imagine fasting and not knowing you'll have something to eat at iftar. This is a sad reality for thousands of new and indigenous Muslims in Southern Africa. Each Ramadan, for over 20 years, the Islamic Dawah movement has been providing iftar meals in over 50 township masjids. All it takes is 30 rand per meal. 30 rand provides an iftar meal for a fasting person. Your help would make a world of a difference. Call IDM on 031 304 6883 or visit idmsa.org to donate. IDM, taking Islam to as many hearts and homes as possible.
World-class financial services only at Sapphire Global, your financial partner. If you are looking for Islamic Sharia and ethical financial products, look no further. Sapphire Global offers a wide range of financial service offerings from short-term to life and investments. A full-service center with all financial requirements under one brand. Our highly skilled and experienced consultants are ready to help protect your financial future. Contact us on 041 001 0184 or visit our website on www.sapphireglobalfs.com. Sapphire Global is an authorized financial services provider.
You are listening to Salam Media live from our headquarters in South Africa. This is Salam Media, keeping you company this Ramadan.
And we're back with Susan Abulhawa, author, activist, scientist. Suz, welcome back. Tell us, you started a charity, Playgrounds for Palestine. Tell us more about that.
So Playgrounds for Palestine is an organization that I started in almost 25 years ago now. And our mission was simple, just to create recreation spaces for Palestinian children who are living under Israeli occupation or who are in refugee camps elsewhere. But since the genocide began, we have refocused all of our resources on Gaza to providing education. We currently have 2 schools in Gaza and a total of 877 students that we are providing education for ages K through 6. And yeah, I mean, we pay the for the structures, the tents, the rent of the land. We pay the salaries of the teachers. We pay for their books, the children's books, their uniforms, and whenever possible, we try to provide nutrition as much as possible. We don't do that as much anymore because there's greater access to food now. But yeah, so that's where all of our focus has turned to, and it's been, we're doing our best. It's a drop in the ocean. That the need is abysmal and it's vast.
I don't think it is at all, because I've really been hearing quite a lot of positive stuff from people on the ground in Khan Yunis about the
Really?
work that you do. Yes, I have, about the work that you're doing there. That's really part of the reason why I decided, and I told you about this, that I would, any excess income on my book, Flotilla, Journey of Conscience, would actually go to Playgrounds for Palestine. But this is such a small thing, and I know you need many, many more resources. So if our listeners all over the world wanted to contribute to Playgrounds of Palestine and, allow children to be children, to go to school, to play, to, draw and all that stuff, how would they contribute to Playgrounds of Palestine, Susan?
Well, we have a website, and we accept donations digitally through the link. People can send checks. I mean, that's really the easiest way. But I also, if I may, I really want to congratulate you on this wonderful book. It's such an important witness, and it will be an important audit of this historic moment for future generations. So I want to thank you for putting that book together, and so quickly, and just documenting at least a part of that journey and activism of ordinary people trying to stop a genocide.
Thank you very much. I think it's a really small thing.
It's not.
Obviously, everybody was. We all wish that we could do more. Certainly, but everybody, as you heard from Susan, you can actually donate through Playgrounds of Palestine online. Suz, what is it that you need if somebody say they wanted to donate in kind? What would that entail? Say somebody is in Egypt, or somebody is in Jordan, or somewhere neighboring. How would they assist?
So in kind, we're not doing in kind donations because we have no way of getting things in.
Getting them there.
It's just, Israel controls everything. At one point we were able to get in some tents, but it was so difficult and ultimately too costly. So I think the merchants are getting some supplies in, and we just have no choice but to to just basically buy what we can locally. And people in Gaza are very resourceful. They are finding ways to make life from nothing, and they are recycling. They are picking through the rubble, and even making bricks from recycled rubble and so forth. So really at this point it's just it's just fun. Yeah.
Absolutely understand. I think we've been seeing even online. I was having a conversation with another organization that brings seeds, and they too were saying the same story. love the work that you're doing, but because I know you and have loved you as a writer primarily, can we expect another book anytime soon? I know you were writing something and you just finished. When can we expect it?
So I actually have two things currently. This book here is it's called Every Moment is a Life. This is an anthology. As you know, sis, I went into Gaza twice in 2024, and while I was there, I mentored a group of young people through some writing workshops. And each one wrote a short story, and there are 18 authors in this book. It's English and Arabic. It's bilingual.
Oh, fantastic.
It's a pretty small book. The stories are really quite short. You know, the English is like 100 pages, and so is the Arabic. And so that's out. And then I self-published this children's book, Palestine on the Moon, which is already getting me canceled left and right, whatever. And I have a new novel in the works that'll be out in 2027. And
Where can we get Palestine on the Moon?
well, unfortunately, so I'm trying to get it published in South Africa. But I self-published this book, and so I didn't.
You know, I have a publishing company, right?
Well, can you? Well, please, I didn't know that. Actually.
Hello.
I didn't. If you want it, it's yours, sis. It comes completely done, illustrated, everything, and I would love because I really I was just telling my daughter yesterday, like, I don't know why I did this. I really did not think this through, and I've definitely bitten off more than I can chew, and so my house is like this, it's a fulfillment center. I have boxes and envelopes and things all over the place. So it's only right now. It's only available in the U.S.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Please, let's talk after the show. You and I are going to have a phone call. Thank you so much for waking up so early and making time for this, Susan Abulhawa. I am sorry for cutting you. Go on.
Oh no, sorry. I just said thanks for having me, sis.
Fantastic. And we shall look on our website. Do we have any names for the books that we're giving away? Vignettes and Flotilla, A Journey of Conscience. Please send a message and they will get on and they will make sure that you get the books. Salam Media will make sure that they get to you. Thank you very much and have a beautiful day, Susan. Ramadan Barak to you.
Ramadan Mubarak to you as well. Big hug,
All
sis.
right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody. And that's a wrap for our mid-morning show with Zuki Savannah. I hope one day I'll be able to talk to you guys again. It has been a lot of fun. It has been educational. It has been memorable, and I hope you learned as much as I did during the course of the last 2 days. Thank you.